Welcome back to Advance Wars 2, and last time I derped horribly in my commentary. This time, a peace treaty, apparently. Yeah, this totally isn't suspicious at all. Considering that you know they're gonna have a battle here, they're kind of not really doing a good job of hiding it. Yeah, well, obviously. Of course, Kanbei is all about running into traps. Well, actually not really. He's more about... I do admit that I kind of have to admire that, but the problem is, well, yeah. It's pretty obvious that this wasn't gonna end well. Yes, his plan for peace is 3. What does that... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that ended predictably. Oh, and the way that Ada is suddenly smiling after that is actually just really creepy. But, yep, it looks like it's time for Ada to get owned by an old man again. But we're gonna have to be dealing with pipes here. So, yeah, for some reason they couldn't just build all of their units out of that indestructible material of the pipes, but still. No, it's just downright low. But, well, that's not gonna happen, so it's time for the next mission, Foul Play. And, you know, you want to hear something really sad? Back when I was a kid, do you know what I thought about this mission? I was thinking... Why is it called this? There are no chickens in this mission. Yeah, back when I was a kid, I honestly had no experience with that phrase outside of bad chicken puns. I kid you not. I had never heard that phrase outside of bad puns. That is just sad. Anyway. And yes, see, Sensei is awesome. So... Our goal here is to destroy mini-cannons. As you can see there, Ada has a pretty massive force and it's aimed right at our HQ, which is relatively unguarded. At least they had the decency to put a medium tank on top of it rather than a rockets. But anyway, what we do have below is a relatively decent air force, especially 5 bombers. So, and we also have a base. But we also have bases near the factory as well. We have a neutral airport and base in the middle of those pipes, and a neutral airport all the way up the very top of the map. This mission is a very interesting one, and it requires you to have to think about a lot of different things at once. You gotta defend your base, you have to rush your units over to reinforce the base, but you also have to plan for your final assault on the mini-cannons as well. And for all that, well, it can be quite tricky keeping track of everything at once. So basically, you can't neglect building up your defenses back at base, but you also can't neglect building up a few units down below. There'll be some tanks to safeguard your air units from anti-airs. And you gotta split your forces. Send some bombers up to break through that pipe above and get back to your HQ, and send some bombers over here, because their job is, well, you'll see what their role is a bit later. Now, yes, this is the one mission in the set of 3 that is not pre-deploy. Or is it? This mission I like to call a semi-pre-deploy map. You already start with a pre-deployed force, but... well... you have the ability to create more. So, it's kind of, yeah. And yes, this is the first mission where we will actually be able to use Neo-Tanks. Too bad Sensei sucks with Neo-Tanks. Yeah, getting Neo-Tanks for Yellow Comet wasn't the biggest benefit now. When Kanbei has access to them later, then that's when things really start getting awesome, but for the time being, yeah. Now, Ada has a large amount of forces rushing towards your HQ. He also has a single base right up the top of the map. And that'll produce a steady stream of units, so you'll have to watch that. Now, I'll need to get a preemptive strike on these anti-airs here. Oh, perfect! Didn't take any damage that time. Very, very nice there. In fact, I could even finish it off with a copter, which is what I'm going to do. probably. Yes, I probably should. Just, okay, hopefully that second anti-air can't get to us. As long as you bomb the anti-airs before they have a chance to hit you, you generally shouldn't have too bad a time with your air units over this end of the map. But as you can see, there's an airport here. And there are an awful lot of neutral airports all over the map, so you want to make sure you take control of those as soon as you can, because once again, this is in fact a Sensei mission. And for Sensei missions, yep, you're going to need airports, because if you can't, you know, produce some battlecopters, yeah, things are going to be pretty bad. Now, speaking of, well, not actually that bad, this pipe here. We have here 3 layers of pipe to break through before we get back to the HQ. Unfortunately, at average strength, bombers are just not strong enough to one-shot pipes. Max's bombers can, and there are a few other characters who do have the ability to one-shot pipes with bombers, but, you know, for the time being, I reckon that'll do just about as much. We can, however, start hammering that pipe from the other side, and that's probably a good idea. The enemies are going to be on our HQ very, very soon, but if we build up our defenses here a little bit, maybe we can actually produce some medium tanks, actually. Early on, you probably want to give priority to building up defenses back at your HQ. Simply because, on the lower front, you already have pretty much enough forces to deal with most of the enemy threats down there. So, the HQ is really the main front that needs attention, so I'd recommend building up your defenses there first. Later on in the mission, though, we do want to build up our air units on the other front so we can rush in and take out those mini cannons. But again, you don't really need to think about taking out those mini cannons now. For now, the job is, well, again, you've basically got 2 jobs, and this mission can admittedly be a little challenging in that you have to basically manage 2 separate battles at once. And as a result, this video is going to be quite a bit longer because, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to deal with in this mission. Again, it almost feels like you're playing 2 separate missions. Well, actually, almost 3. Once again, I'll just sort of reiterate this. Okay, I'll also reiterate, hit the anti-airs before they hit you. Always a good way to do things. And yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, like I was saying, reiterating, you have the defense back at your HQ, you have your initial air units breaking through the pipe, rushing back to reinforce the battle at your HQ, and you have your force who's going along the right-hand side here, slowly making their way up to the airport right at the top right-hand corner of the map. Once you get that airport, it's perfectly positioned for an assault on the mini-cannons. So, and by the time you've captured it, you probably will have fended off Ada's initial attack anyway. Once initial attack is fended off, really, there's basically nothing he's really not that threatening because all he's got is a single base up there, but again, that initial assault is very, very deadly, so you'll need to watch out for that. Now, yeah, Sensei's increased transport movement range is helpful here. Unfortunately, his increased firepower on infantry is not going to help that much in this mission. But hey, looks like we've already broken through there, and we can get the infantry through there to capture ourselves an airport near our main HQ, which is going to be very helpful because, yeah, copters are Sensei's main forte, and if he gets a few of them, and wow, even wicked medium tanks do that much to those things. If Sensei gets some copters to back up his defenders at the headquarters, that's going to be really helpful, so that's why I broke through this pipe as soon as I could. Now, absolutely no need to smash the second part of the pipe there. Really, no need to do that. And here, let's just produce some indirect units. Always good for when you're playing a defensive battle. Always annoying that the bombers have to waste a second bomb just to take out the last 4 HP of those pipe seams. But anyway, we have broken through 1 layer. Next, we've got 2 more layers to go through, since the final layer we already broke through with our infantry. I guess I can hit that with the copter and make it ready for a bomber to take it out next turn. We have no funds left, but I can just move that over there. I feel relatively safe with it, with that anti-air weakened heavily. And yep, already oh crap, yep, Ada already has his super, doesn't he? Yep, that's Ada for you. Okay, let's see how many activations he gets this off. Okay, so this is 1. Let's see if he can go for 5 this time. Oh, yeah, so this means that his units are going to be on your HQ very, very, very fast. Like I said, Ada Super has a lot more uses than you'd probably think. And this is one of them. Okay, you probably don't need to worry too much about your stuff getting captured. Things are inevitably going to get captured here. And that's relatively fine, I think. Neo moves down. Whoa! See, yeah. Nothing is safe from Ada Super, is it? Always annoying when those things just come out of nowhere and attack your indirects, which you thought was safe. Of course, he's not going to bother attacking the medium tank with a regular tank. That would be stupid. Speaking of stupid, though... Yeah, you keep thinking that you have a chance there. Oh, speaking of having a chance, though, that's going to hurt a lot. Yep, he's already on our HQ. If this was that Lash mission, we'd actually already have lost by now. Fortunately, though, he needs to actually capture your HQ, and... Oh, that actually did something, okay. Fortunately, though, he needs to actually capture your HQ, and, well, he needs his infantry to do that. And his infantry are actually getting surprisingly close, though, so a little scared about that, but shouldn't be too bad. Speaking of foot soldiers, wow, they can cross mountains fast under the effects of his power. Yikes, we're going to need to watch out for that. Okay, now his indirects should be quite far off us, and those rockets are going to get slowed down by the forests. Thankfully, those missiles are very far away, and thankfully, Sensei almost already has his super. So, I'd reckon... Let's see if I can capture another... I suppose I catch a city, but these cities aren't Pokemon, you know. So, anyway, now, if Pass Me is smart, what Pass Me will be doing here is moving that copter over to the other pipe, hitting that, thank you, good Pass Me. Now I can hit that one with one of my bombers, destroy it, and in fact, I can actually go ahead and do that. And so we're almost through the pipe, and believe me, it could not have come at an earlier time, because we're going to need to get the hell back to our headquarters, because things are looking pretty bad there. I mean, and by pretty bad, I mean extremely bad. Let's just hope they're a bit lenient on the technique ranking for this mission, because believe me, I'm going to need it. Let's just see if... Yeah, definitely that airport is the highest priority to capture, because if you get one near your HQ, then that's, again, lets you defend your HQ with copters, which is extremely useful. And once again, you got to prioritize those infantry, because if they take your headquarters, it's all over, so you got to not let them do that. Sure has a lot of tanks in our base, though. I get reminded of an old situation in, Wait a minute. Did I just see that right? For some reason, my medium tanks are doing less damage to mechs on roads than they're doing to anti-airs on roads. That's really weird. So mechs apparently have better defense against medium tank fire than anti-airs? That's really weird. Again, Ada does have a 10% boost in both offense and defense this turn because of the effect of the power. So, it's understandable, but still. Okay, that thing's been damaged quite a lot. The other one is too busy stupidly capturing a city that's not really relevant to them. Retreat that, and... Don't do that past me, you idiot! What's the point of retreating that artillery if you just move it into range, if they can still hit it anyway? Yeah. And that bomber, I reckon, is going to head back and reinforce the headquarters, actually, because, yeah, I think I underestimated the number of bombers I've been needing back there, so definitely going to want some more to help out. Speaking of bombers, okay, don't want to get in range of those missiles, but if we can hit them... Also, okay, the other thing that your infantry and transport copters are good for, you might notice that there are a couple of silos up there. If you can get your hands on them, they will be an immense help to your troops back at base defending. They will seriously take some of the pressure off of them by weakening the oncoming forces. So, if you can get one of those silos, all the more, you know, good for you. Very good for you, because that's going to help a lot. So, yeah, again, you kind of have to juggle a lot of things here. It's almost like you're playing on 3 fronts, basically. Eventually, they will all sort of meet up. Well, not exactly. The third ones are gonna... Well, okay. Let's see. That rocket is probably going to be able to hit that silo, so don't want that. And please tell me that I'm not in missile range, because if I am, past me would have derped horribly. Okay, so you head up, because I need some infantry to capture the airport up there. Yeah, things are looking a bit scary. I'm not going to use my power just yet, because for one, I've got too many troops covering up my city, so... And I just lost one of them. Great. And I was afraid of that, Neo. Very afraid. Very, very afraid, and rightly so. Yeah... I guess I don't know why I... Okay, and here's where past me was a moron. If I'd left that infantry there, that wouldn't have happened, but that infantry probably wouldn't have died. Hopefully. Wow, you're feeling really confident in yourself if you're attacking. Oh, and you did well, actually. And ganging up on us. Typical Adder. And... there wasn't exactly that much point creating that tank, except as a distraction. Speaking of distractions, wow! That's, pretty stupid. Okay, that artillery is definitely gone. Yeah, you are definitely going to lose a few units in this. Defending the headquarters is pretty tough, believe me. You know, I'm kind of glad I lost that one, though, because that's going to make it... That means that it's not blocking the way for the rest of my forces to come through the pipe! Okay, good, that's not a full-strength medium tank. Okay, I kind of freaked out for nothing there. Oh, if that was a full-strength one, things would have been very bad. And, once again, this one is not a full-strength one, so it's not going to be doing that much to me. Wow, see, yeah. Gonna want to get cracking on those silos pretty soon, just saying. They would really help me out at a time like this, especially with Adder conveniently bunching up his units there. Since I haven't unloaded my units yet, though, oh, and I wasted a lot of money on repairs. Yeah, that airport there, very, very helpful. I'm going to want to get that eventually. But for the time being, am I ready to use my super? See, things look extremely bad back at the HQ, but don't worry, things are going to get better shortly, because our bomber brigade is about to arrive, and they have arrived. Okay, now, here is where, yes, at last, hope has finally arrived. Now we can turn the tides of this siege. Do I want to do that? I probably want that factory, actually. I mean, that base, not factory. I'd love a factory, believe me, but that'd probably be a bit too broken. And you go over there. I could hit that pipe if I wanted to. I personally think there's not much point, really. I could go for that, though, and give another avenue for my bombers to get in. I could smash... In fact, that's what I'm... Well, all that's going to do is... Well, at least that means that I don't have to waste an attack from one of my air units to break through that pipe next turn. Very, very helpful. Once again, prioritize taking out the infantry, because, again, you have to make sure that your HQ is not captured. You know what I wonder? I wonder if this is another one of those missions like that Colin one, where you can allow yourself to be wiped out and you still don't lose. I've never been wiped out in this, so I wouldn't know, but still, interesting. Yeah, we are not having the best when it comes to deployment facilities here. And... okay, that 3 HP tank on the HQ isn't doing anything. This 1 HP tank is just being in the way, so I'll eliminate it. Probably the only thing my 3 HP tank can still do, and anything I produce out of this factory is going to die is going to have an extremely short lifespan, but, I guess that's sort of par for the course, at this point. They should have thought about that when they joined up. Anyway, bomb this, definitely bomb this, that's going to be really helpful. Because if that thing hits our air units, that's going to be quite bad. You know what? I probably should have bombed the rockets because that way it'd be safer to drop the infantry off on that silo. I think what I'm going to end up going for here is having... Yeah, ignore that artillery. It's no threat to us anyway. That medium tank isn't either. I hope I can get to that silo soon, actually, because... Or I'm... You know, I probably should have bombed the rockets there, because that would have made it easier for me to get infantry to the silo, and that would have took a lot of the pressure off the attacking forces, so... I can, in fact, actually... No, I couldn't do that because the rocket would hit me, stupid thing. And I'm going to hold off on that silo for one turn. If I was doing this, re-recording this now, what I would do is, I would have hit those rockets, and then I would have dropped an infantry on the silo, ready to use it next turn. That would have been much more helpful. Would have taken a lot of pressure off these attacking forces, especially, I would just very much love to missile that Neo-tank. We're already on day 5, and things are really starting to heat up here, and it's already been 20 minutes. See, like I told you, this mission may come off as a bit long, even though it's very short on turns, mostly because there's so much that you have to deal with. Again, you're basically fighting 3 battles at once. I mean, one of them is against a pipe, but still. So, things are looking a little better for this short lifespan tank, but they're probably gonna still die. Oh well, at least they delayed the enemy long enough for, wow. Okay then. I will take distracting that thing too. If I was Adder, I would have hit it with the medium and finished it off, and not really done that, but... Oh, speaking of hitting things with mediums, ow! What is it with the people who designed this Oh, that is jerkish. He just moved his 1 HP unit to totally block me getting out of the pipe. That is just mean. That's downright mean. So is this, actually. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said you had a short lifespan. I just didn't expect you to die that painfully. Oh, well. And it looks like we've been horribly overrun on that side, but that's basically normal. Things will get better, trust me. It may not look like it, but they will get better, especially with Adder. Oh, I see. His AI seems to want to put that missile back to defend the mini cannons, since he knows that I'll win if I take them out. Yeah, you know you're awesome when you can still, you know, completely destroy stuff while admitting that. Oh, and I forgot! I can't believe I forgot about this, actually. Those cities at the top of the map start under your control, so when you use your super, you actually have you have a ready-made force of mechs ready to assault here. I completely forgot about that! How did I forget about that? That's something really cool about this mission, and probably one of the reasons why you should wait for your super here, because your sudden wave of 9 HP mechs is actually perfectly positioned to attack the units here and get ourselves some silos. So, actually very nice this. Now, I believe, is that base neutral or is it? No, it is neutral. Okay, good. And I can even capture that. Okay, good thing, map, for reminding me about that, because I actually I'd forgotten about that. I really had. Now, Sensei's copters are pretty much as strong as bombers under the effect of his super, so that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. And yeah, so his super, yeah, since those cities start under your control, you actually get a free wave of mechs up there, which is actually really nice. And once they've done their job, they could probably all join and give you a whole bunch of extra funds. So, yeah, nice all round for Sensei, actually. And take that out. Now, hopefully this time I can start capturing the airport and getting those silos ready. I mean, I know there is that 3 HP medium tank there, but finally, yes, good, we got the silo. Now, okay, don't you... Are you really going to do that, honestly? Pass me! Put the infantry on that airport! Or do I just... Guess I... What?! You didn't even... What did you do? Okay, I don't even know what past me was thinking back then. I really don't. That's just strange. I guess I just want that airport that's close to the top, but you'd think I'd at least unload the infantry on that silo and use that. Well, at least I got another base down here. Definitely want to hit that Neo. Definitely. Now, most likely, Adder is going to have his super by the time it comes to his turn, so, we'd best make the best of what we have now. you know what? If I can hit that medium tank, I'm going to take that. Definitely going to take it. And you... Okay, here's the thing. What am I going to do? Probably want to take out that annoying troll blocking tank. I definitely want to take that Neo out, though. Bye-bye, Neo tank. Good riddance. Definitely want to get rid of you. And what's next? Okay, so you go there. Take out that anti-air in what pathetic tiny threat it poses me. At least that clears the way for some of my other units. So bomber goes there. Yeah, definitely going to want to bomb that. And that's... yeah, so... if you've learned anything from this mission, it's that Sensei's bombers are, yeah, very, very, very good. Take out the infantry, because I don't want them capturing anything. In the neck of whatever, foot soldier. Like, despite the fact they're still average, they're still pretty devastating. Now, please tell me this will take you out. Yes, it will. Good job, infantry. I guess I should mention that, yeah, while I'm on the subject of how powerful Sensei's infantry are in this game, yeah, he was nerfed quite severely in Dual Strike. His infantry get much less of an attack bonus. I think it's no higher than 20% in that game. His cops are still really strong and his powers are still the same, but his infantry and mechs did get nerfed very considerably, so that's kind of a thing. And of course, I called it. So that's 2 supers. Something tells me though Anna is not going to break the record this time. And the thing is, since all of his units are pretty much already in my face anyway, I doubt this is actually going to help him much. What does he have back at... oh, he just meant a tank. Yeah, that one base that he has up the top, it's not really all that much of a threat. You might also notice that he has no headquarters, so there's no way you could possibly win by HQ capture here. Yep, you'll have to do this the hard way, taking out the mini-cannons. And here's the thing, okay? A second half of Yellow Comet mission requires you to destroy 3 mini-cannons. 3. A first half of Yellow Comet mission that you can do, like, right after the tutorial requires you to take out 8 mini-cannons? Seriously. Showstopper is... oh... just way too hard for the point in the game that it's at. And you might even notice that all of the missions in the second half of Yellow Comet, I believe, have a difficulty rating equal to Showstopper, so... and a lot of these, I would agree, are actually easier than Showstopper, so... in fact, I'd probably go on the record saying Showstopper is, in fact, the hardest mission in Yellow Comet. I'm tossing up whether or not it's actually harder than the factory, but we'll get to the factory next time, actually. Yep, we're almost done with Yellow Comet. It's surprising, yeah, how quickly this seems to have gone. But, oh yes, here's the problem though. You see, once your bombers have reached this top part of the map, they are probably running a little low on fuel, and you did not start with any APCs. So what you want to do is, you want to have your mechs capture... kind of annoying when there are 2 options on the thing there that both have the same icon, but anyway. Wow, I can hit everything in that cluster? Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Can't get any more of those silos, but still. What we want to do is we want to secure this base quickly, and we also want to secure that airport quickly, but that's beside the point. Secure the base quickly, and quickly produce an APC, so that our bombers don't crash and die, because that would be very, very bad for them to come this far only to die to fuel loss. That would just be embarrassing. Because I need to keep them alive for the final assault on the mini-cannons. Fortunately, there's only 1 layer of pipe between us and the mini-cannons, so it shouldn't take too long to break through that one. Again, really annoying that Sensei's bombers are, well, anyone's bombers who are average, are just short of being able to destroy pipe seams in one shot, or mini-cannons for that matter, actually. But... and you know, if Anna was priding himself on the pipe being indestructible, why did he put a whole bunch of seams in it? I guess he just... wanted to just, you know, come up with a good taunt, and he's all like, "Don't tell them that our pipe actually has so many weak points in it." Yeah. Anyway, so things still look pretty hectic back at HQ, but we should be done repelling this assault soon. And by the time we are, our units in the north will have secured that airport, and it will be time to begin the final assault on the 3 mini cannons. And once you get around to doing that, this mission is really not that bad. The final assault on the mini cannons is actually pretty easy for the most part, seeing as at that point Ada will generally only have one base defending it. I mean, admittedly, he is savvy enough to put a missile unit defending them, but if you manage to bomb that before it has a chance to do anything, then, yeah, want to take that thing out, definitely. It's so nice to have a full squad of bombers that don't get completely destroyed, and, honestly, pre-deploy maps that start with bombers are probably some of the best things you can have pre-deploy, because, like, well, they're really expensive, so you benefit from not being able to pay for them, but they're just so powerful against a large variety of things. And, I mean, they are horribly weak to fighters, but as you can see, Ada does not have any fighters here, and they still do decently well against anti-airs, provided they get the first strike. So, I've always loved bombers in this game. They've always been a favourite unit of mine. I guess, you know, well, they're mainly for the whole brute strength aspect to them, but I just kind of like them. Which is why a certain character that we'll be meeting up later on is one of my favourite in the entire game. And I can get another wave of 9 HP infantry soon. Okay, let's see. You are trying to take my base, but you're not going to. Okay, he is starting to produce anti-airs around his mini-cannon, so at least he's seeming to figure out what my eventual strategy will be here. And Neotech goes back there. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's going to hurt a fair bit. How long... Is this the same artillery that I've had for ages? So they've survived for quite a while. Oh, no. Don't die, please don't die. If I say that only to have you die... Okay, good, they're on 1 HP. Anyway. Are they gonna hit their own pipe, or are they just trying to wait for us to come out of the pipe? He does realise that the units that are going to be coming out of the pipe are, in fact, not able to be hit by artillery, so that's not really going to help. Okay, definitely take you out, now that you've been joined. Don't want you getting hold of one of my bases, thank you very much. And hit you. Apologies for the riveting commentary that I have at this point. It's just that I've pretty much said all there is to say. We're almost done with repelling the initial invasion. Getting your... Basically, yes, you definitely want to send some troops up to reinforce your HQ, because, yes, you might have noticed the tide really turned the moment my bombers arrived. That is definitely for a good reason, and you want to try and get... I sent 3 of my bombers back here. Probably that's a good number. Maybe, 3 or so bombers sent back to defend the HQ. Because once you take out the anti-air units, Anna does not really have much in his initial force that's capable of handling bombers, so if you can do that, then it should be relatively safe for them to just pretty much bomb everything, and the HQ will be saved. Okay, those missiles do seem to be approaching our base more. You know what? If I wanted to, I could actually hit those mini-cannons. However, there is an anti-air positioned perfectly to attack me there, so I'm not going to do that. And these lower bombers are going to need APCs soon too. That is the problem with using air units, you do have to keep them resupplied. Actually, it would be kind of nice, admittedly, if there was an air unit resupply. I kind of like that, that black boat in Dual Strike that could resupply naval units. That thing was pretty cool, I will admit. Especially the fact that it could actually repair things on the field. I did like that. I actually liked a lot of the new units in Dual Strike. They were actually pretty cool, and that solved the main... Probably the main complaint that people had with this game is the fact that it only introduced one new unit, and that new unit was pretty much just medium tank, but better. But Dual Strike introduced a whole bunch of interesting new units, some of which did not make it into future installments, disappointingly. I do admit pipe runners were pretty cool too. I mean, something that I really think though that I really would like to see, I have never actually seen this in action yet, but I heard that in Super Famicom Wars, there was this armored train unit that sounded really amazing, but it costs a ridiculous amount of money. It costs like 30,000 or something. It's like one of the most expensive units in Advance Wars history, and for very good reason. It can transport units, it can attack directly and indirectly, it can only move on rails and train stations, but still, that thing sounded like a beast if you could get hold of one of them. And then I guess they did make the pipe runners. I do admit that pipe runners were pretty cool, especially when you give one of them to Grit. Oh, Grit pipe runners are just awesome. There are a few things I could hit here. Should I hit that? Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit that. It's not like I have to worry about running out of silos anyway. There are a lot of them. Next silo, I'm gonna hit... Did I seriously just do that? Okay, either that was a misclick, or I trust past me has a very cunning plan. Yeah. Just checking my status there, seeing how many units I've lost. Hopefully I've still got enough for a good technique score. And I've probably... My bombers pretty much have secured the power score for me. I do have a lot of units all over the map that have supply issues, so... Might need an APC soon. Yep. Hey, past me was psychic and predicted that future me would say that. Okay. Anyway. You're not getting that. You're not getting that. Oh, I don't know what that tank is doing. Yeah, put an APC on my headquarters. That'll do something. Unlike you, I don't have a fetish for APCs. Well, at least I didn't used to have a fetish for APCs. The AI doesn't really anymore. Okay, we have this airport, and we're soon going to break through that pipe. It looks like the final assault, and I definitely want to hit that anti-air. The final assault is almost ready to begin. And in fact, as much as I want to produce new bombers from out of that airport that's close to these mini cannons, I have a feeling I'm not going to need it. My initial bombers, I don't... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, like I was in that Kanbei mission. Oh, that was embarrassing. Sorry about that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that I've lost a single one of my starting bombers this whole mission, so that's going to be very useful, because they're very good at taking out those mini cannons. Thing is, the mini cannons, yep, they will shoot you, we'll definitely want to supply the bomber. They will shoot you if you get into their range. Thing is, your units are maneuverable enough to basically go around and hit them in the side, but they can't shoot you, so... Yeah, they're not actually that much of a threat, really. In fact, I don't really see why he even has these mini cannons, because they're not really guarding anything. He's only got one base up there. I guess they were just a precaution in case he ever, in case the Yellow Comet troops ever made it past their headquarters, but... Oh, this copter's out of ammo, I did not realize that. Yeah. Even out of ammo, it still did one whole damage to those things, but still. Is that in missile range? No, it's not. But I'll take this tank out first. This bomber needs to be resupplied anyway. If I lose any of my bombers to fuel, that'd be terrible, and I would really hate myself over it. It's always embarrassing to lose things to fuel loss. Of course, that generally happens more often than not to subs, but, okay, that's gone, and don't have enough for another bomber, but, I do have probably enough firepower to take this idiot. No, I don't! Oh, only just. I had a feeling it would just survive, but it's gone now. Don't know why he even did that, but, the AI for some reason has this tendency to use their transports just to block off things, which is, okay, that's probably in cannon... Oh, no, even worse, it's in missile range. That's definitely worse than cannon range. That is not in missile range, he's in cannon range, but I can probably afford to have one of my things hit by a cannon. It'll only be 3 damage, and it'll certainly be enough to take things out, and even a 7 HP bomber probably can take out that 7 HP missile. Should I not? You know what, maybe I won't, I'll just be safe. And we are almost done with... Well, we are done with the top right corner of the map. Definitely done here. And we're ready to begin our assault, and we're already beginning our assault on the mini cannons. Hopefully we'll be able to get enough bombers around here to take out several of them in the space of one turn. Okay, you got hit, but that's probably fine. Ada's units are basically just distractions at this point, except for the missile, and he's only got enough money to produce infantry, so this is going to be over very soon, I can assure that. Definitely want to take care of those missiles. Past me, you might want to resupply that bomb with the APC before setting it up there, just a tip. Oh well, it's not like I'm probably going to need it anyway. Okay, so that's gone. Very annoying I can't take these things out in one go, but I should be able to do reasonable enough damage to them. And hey, I can take this thing out. Oh, exactly enough damage. Very nice. Honestly, I'd expect Sensei's mechs to be doing more than 20% to a medium tank. They do have 40% firepower, though, and they should be doing a little more, but okay, you there definitely need an APC. Oh, this bomber is running so low on fuel that it can't even move its full distance. Okay, gonna need an APC quickly, very, very quickly, very quickly. I mean very quickly. I said I wouldn't lose anything to fuel loss, and I intend to keep that promise. I very much do, and wow, lots of low fuel here. I guess, again, this is a big map, so running out of fuel is definitely a big concern here. And you don't start with any APCs, which is probably one of the things that makes this mission a little more difficult than it would be normally, is that, yeah, you don't start with any APCs at all. Wow, so many low fuel and ammo warnings here. So many low fuel and ammo warnings. Okay, we should win this next turn. These two cannons will go down next turn, and we will win. Okay, I can just send you up there. Don't need to care if anything gets shot, because, well, yeah, things seem to be doing pretty well for ourselves. So, 11 days, we should be done, and oh, he's got his super, doesn't he? Oh, got shot twice. So, he only went with 3 this time. He didn't break that magic number of 5, but they were all super activations. He got no normals in, so yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't actually get this even more, but yeah. His units are... He's still making oh, great, I did lose something. In fact, a bomber. Oh. At the very least, it's one of them that got shot by the cannon, so that's not that bad, but I did lose one bomber with fuel loss. Okay, so maybe things you could do differently if you're watching along. Maybe create APCs sooner. Not during the main invasion, but maybe when the enemies are repelled a little bit. And hey, I'm going to end this with my superpower. Let's give this a send-off because, sad as it may seem, this is the last time we will be using Sensei in campaign mode. He is one of my favourite characters in this game. He is amazing when used right, and I'm sure you've grown to... and I'm sure his theme will be stuck in your head for all eternity, even though it's now gone, because I've used a superpower. But, yep, let's just... I guess we should... Yeah, let's resupply that, though. So... let's just finish these units off and give a very fond farewell to Sensei's campaign mode career, because you might be wondering why I don't use him later on, and believe me, I will tell you later on, you will find out, but, and yes, wow, okay, copter machine guns even stronger than bombers against infantry under the effect of the super. So yeah, Sensei is, it feels kind of sad that this is the last time we'll be using him, but anyway, I guess he ended on a good note. I feel like I had a pretty good run of this mission. I didn't lose that many units. I repelled the initial attack quite well, kept most of my early initial bombers alive. Yes, all less than the ones in Showstopper. And be prepared for Sensei to be awesome. Yeah, you won't like Sensei when he's angry. I do admit Sensei gets kind of a bit scary sometimes, but Ada completely deserves it. And that's a surprisingly abrupt end to it. And we got a perfect score, which I feel was well deserved. I don't mean to brag, but I feel like that was quite a good run of this one. A few slight derps with the silos and not resupplying units notwithstanding. I quite liked the run I had of that chapter. Mission. Anyway, next time, we drive Black Hole out of Yellow Comet once and for all.